fuck's going on here.
What is going on?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Mosh mosh.
Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. This is episode 43, and we are continuing King's Game.
How are we feeling about this one, boys?
It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. I'm one of your hosts, Shia095. I'm sorry, dude. Like, y'all just talking right there at the beginning, just like completely threw me off my train of thought.
It's all good.
But yes, I'm one of your hosts, Shia095, joined with whoever wants to talk. One of y'all.
Okay, so we have a lineup
I'm
here.
going from top to left.
Well, the order's all messed up on here for me.
Well, it's you.
I'm Danby TV.
I'm psychometry.
I'm Sasha's Streams.
And I'm confused. No, I'm switch out.
I'm confused. I'm psychometry.
Only 43
Welcome to the
episodes, you know.
podcast.
Only 43 episodes, and we still can't even do our intro proper.
No,
And we never will, Sean.
That's
It's
the-
just accepted as a fact of life.
that's the tradition.
It's just how it's
Yeah.
gonna be. Yeah.
It's just like our running
The law
gag
of the
now.
universe, dude.
Yeah.
No, next
Well-
episode we're all just gonna do each other's names.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Shawnee095.
We confused
I'm
the fuck
Zombie
out of
Jaw.
the
I'm Sasha. I mean, I can't get your name right, dude.
I'm just Sasha.
I'm Sasha.
Just Sasha.
All right. So, anyways, yes, we're doing King's Game Part 2. So that's episode 5 through 8. And God, where do we even want to start on this?
Well, I want to start by saying that, damn, shit's getting real intense real quick, huh?
Dude.
If episodes 1 to 4 were like, okay, we're seeing messed up shit, but you know, it's the start. It's like these next four episodes have been, oh shit's going down.
People be dying.
Like, imagine if the first 4 episodes were like the tutorial to a game. This is like the blitz round. And
I mean,
everybody
people certainly are
Well,
dropping at a
flies.
higher
It's-
rate.
It's very blitz round as far as the original game for the
So,
main character.
I was looking this up. Apparently, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a preceding series
Yes.
called
It-
fucking something.
It
I
was
can't
a phone story.
Phone novel.
What?
Yeah, phone novel.
remember. Oh,
Phone
seriously?
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a phone novel.
Well, those are kind of
Now,
bigger
why-
in Japan, so
Yeah.
Now, why they chose to adapt this particular one as an
Dude.
anime as opposed to its predecessor beforehand for context? Guess
Yeah,
they felt
honestly.
like they didn't
Well,
need to.
I
They
would,
kind of do. They reference it a lot just to give it that like filler
Well,
space in a way.
They
they-
do, but it's like
they only
I would
use
have
it.
loved to see it.
Okay,
Right.
so there's kind of a rule, like an untold rule in storytelling of if you have to call back to something more interesting in your story, like that happened before, why aren't you basing it during that?
Yeah.
You should always use your strongest foot forward rather than something derivative.
I very much felt to alleviate a lot of confusion with the fact that everything has to be referenced in a flashback in every episode, is that they should have done the original series. That's the first anime adaptation, and then if it was popular enough, continue the series from there.
Yeah, no.
But I guess seeing the reviews we have for this one, maybe it wouldn't have gotten any more sequels after. So
Yeah, I'd say it definitely didn't make it.
I don't think it would be.
You're saying it, Chief.
Saint Nietzsche.
Hold on.
That's some good coffee.
Is it, Sean? What are you drinking?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a Keurig vanilla
I'm gonna have
with
to turn myself
extra vanilla.
And
Yeah,
a side of
I,
vanilla.
Got a nice Tim Hortons brand here.
off. Okay, I think that's a
Very
little better.
nice.
It's not even showing up on my audio track. What the fuck?
Something wrong on your end? You okay there, Sasha?
It's catching my audio, but I'm not seeing it even spike. Like, okay, never mind. I'm seeing very tiny little. Okay, yeah, it's hardly picking up anything.
Teeny little bits of audio.
We're scuffed.
Fuck.
I don't understand.
It'll be fine. We got this.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll just have to rip the fucking audio again. It's fine.
That'll be nothing new.
Yeah.
Because of me. But
Dude, I've been going like, what am I hearing this entire time? It's my brother just went to the bathroom and like our toilet's been just like doing these weird fucking sounds. And I was like, dude, where is this sound coming from? That's what it was. Sorry.
Well, at least your mic's not picking it up.
Yeah.
Fine on your end.
I just wanted to make sure it didn't catch it in the Audacity.
I love those rickety pipes. You know what I mean?
I'm just not going to go into detail, but I'm so glad that's where your story went because it did not sound like that's where it was going.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, so anyways, back to what we're actually talking about tonight.
I probably won't stop banging in the other room with this door open.
God damn it. I kind of... Okay. So if
Someone
it had been
bang.
based off of the original thing, I think I would have enjoyed it way more. Like, I get they wanted to give some kind of resolution, but they could have adapted it into such instead of just, you know...
I'm
exactly
gonna
what they
jump
did.
around real quick. How did Rhea get like brought back up in the present time?
So it was because I think she left like some kind of blog post or some shit about King's Game, and while researching, one of them found like that girl. I can't remember her name.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't that she left a blog post, but some reporter was reporting on incidents related to the King's Game and just thinking of it as like mass suicides.
Well, no.
Yeah, and there's like an email or something left. That's
yeah.
the thing.
There was something specifically like said
From her
Rhea.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it like you notice when they were talking in that playground that she had like a couple different sets of the letters there. That's where one of the sets came from, was from Rhea.
Yeah, she put all the letters that she got from everyone's phones and put them all into that post and
Doesn't
left it
surprise me.
there.
Super programmer lady, am I right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
she even said it
Oh.
earlier, and you could see her taking people's phones after they had died.
I want to talk about the hack. I really want to talk about the hack.
It was silly and stupid.
99%.
I
98%.
I really want to talk about the hack.
Talk about the hack then. Go ahead.
Like,
Okay, so
I'm sorry, but you do not just have like some bullshit program up with hexagons changing colors and 100% going down to 0 or
It's
vice
Hacker Man
versa
shit,
as your
man.
hack
Mission
while
complete.
you just spam your fucking keyboard.
just slam
Colonel,
your
I'm
fucking
in.
roll your keyboard like a fucking Yasuo.
Dude, you know if you know how Michael is. So I mean, if he saw that, he'd be cringing so hard and like
Well, of
just
course.
tearing it to shreds.
Well,
but
no,
then again,
And then
we're
the
talking about.
program knows, and then the program knows
Like,
when
literally.
it's mission complete.
But
Oh my god!
so
Oh.
piggybacking off of that, Rhea really gets the fucking rawest deal out of anybody here. Like, fuck,
Fucking
man.
immolation.
Not only that, like, after all that's fucking happened, all the shit she went through, she's just like, I just want to win the game. That's all. Like, fuck it. If I die, I die. But, like, that's what I want to do at least. Nope. Not even that. You get nothing.
I think I managed to big brain it, and I realized that the reason she got self-immolation is because it's supposed to be like an Icarus reference.
You flew too close to the sun.
Flew-
Well, okay, but there were
yeah.
other people who died of self-immolation as well.
Were there?
Yeah,
Yeah, there
there
were. a
were.
couple. Which, okay,
It just
also,
yeah.
that brings me to another thing. So, the way that they explain that this works is the stupidest fucking thing and upsets me on a deep and personal level.
It's a virus.
Okay, not only is it a fucking virus, it's hypnosis and suggestion, all wrapped into one over a fucking text message. Not only that,
Well,
it has...
the original was just letters.
So when they say that the body has the ability to destroy its own cells and things, yes, that is actually true. There are rare conditions and things like that where cells will attack themselves or just straight off die, like autoimmune.
But not to catch himself on fire.
Nothing... Okay, the human body is not fucking combustible just out of nowhere. Like, no matter how much fucking will you have in your body, I am almost certain there is no chemical reaction that your body can cause that would instantly make you self-immolate.
Yeah, self-immolation has been a long discussed topic in theoretical science, and as far as anyone's able to conclude, it's not possible by any means.
Yeah.
You know, there was a famous case of this lady who apparently self-immolated in a chair, and it turns out, she was just smoking.
Yeah, no,
she fell asleep, dropped her cigarette. Woo, who would have thought?
You drop a lighter on your fucking lap or something. Yeah, like, self-immolation doesn't happen. So the idea that these texts can do all of this shit, like, okay, if you want to death note it and say, okay, once they see the command, they have to perform this action, that's fine. Like, you want to say, okay, they get a can of gasoline and do it themselves, like, fuck, whatever. But if you want to tell me that a text from some fucking thing is like...
Anime logic.
Yeah, fucking burst into flames. And you just do it?
Do it.
Well, then there's the guy who blocked it, so how was the whole text message supposed to, set him off?
Well, it didn't, because, okay, so theoretically, from what I gather it's supposed to be saying is that once these rules are set, due to that power of that suggestion, like, if you break a rule or some such, regardless of, like, if you've been exposed to the first one, that's all you need.
Got it. So then you're just fucked.
Yeah, no, like, that's also part of why I don't particularly enjoy this premise, because it's literally just, no, everybody's dying. No, everybody's gonna die. Pretty much everybody you see on screen is gonna be dead at some point. It makes it hard to care about any of the things to proceed, because you're looking at dead men walking.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, apparently the father knew about the game. The Chimi's father, whenever, like, the dead body at the village.
Natsuko's.
Also, can I say Natsuko?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy hoe.
Yeah.
She has her own, because she has her own story about her first game.
So. Oh, is there actually a preceding story about hers too?
This is her second.
Yes.
This is her second game, yeah.
Okay, so I actually kind of want to look into that, because, I mean...
This would technically be, like, the fourth story.
Yeah, okay.
The first one's the village game, the second one is Nobuaki's game, and the third one is
So wait, did they actually also do the one before that? Like,
what do you mean?
The
Not
original
in
one
anime format.
Okay.
Not in the anime.
Well, no.
Yeah, this is the only anime adaptation.
Well, no. Because you said the other ones were based off of, like, an actual, like, phone novel thing. So, what about the other ones? Were those also adapted into form, or?
Yeah. Natsuko's game had a full novel to it.
Okay, and what about the village?
And then the village, because that was the very first game.
And okay, so again, that makes it even more egregious of an idea of, if you have this much background story and things to, like, work in, you shouldn't just do it as fucking flashback. You should just do it and then build off of it.
This anime came out in, like, 2014, so I guess the creators didn't think it'd be appealing if they did the game through letters, so they were like, oh, it's a phone game. It'll appeal better to our audience.
And, like, I get that too. But at least adapt the first one. Like, fuck me. Don't make me, like, try to piece together a bunch of shit from, like, 3 different mediums just to get the full picture of what the fuck is going on and why everybody's just a crazy asshole. Can I also say,
I feel like
shout
the
out
writer...
to my bupper Choco.
Shout out to the pupper.
Oh, I'm so glad
Dude.
Choco made it.
And we were talking about this before, like, everyone started showing up. I was talking to the Psycho. I was like, dude, if she actually killed her dog,
no, I couldn't have.
I would have stopped.
I
I
couldn't.
would have been like, nah, no,
No,
Yeah.
this
I'm done with
action's
this.
It's a wrap.
I was
like-
actually getting like disgusted when she started like fucking actually choking it. Like,
I was like,
I was
no.
like,
yeah, it was very
No,
what
very
the
visceral,
fuck?
yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, she apparently already killed her family.
Oh, yeah.
And the text is saying to lose something very important to you. How has it not already gone off with you killing your mother and father? Are they not important? Like,
did they not
These are
buy you
people
the
that-
Clearly
iPhone
not if
12?
she murked him.
I'm just saying, like, how did
Again,
that
clearly
not?
if she murked him.
How?
I thought the text said most important.
No, it said lose something important to you. Is all it
Well,
said.
then
Yeah.
I guess that's something telling of the character, then, isn't it?
And it's the
guess,
same
or
with like
just very
Nobuaki's.
poor fucking
Whenever he had his, it's like it's kind of like the same thing. Like he had his that was like to lose something important to him, but like he literally destroyed everything. Tried to break up with Chime, and still that was not sufficient enough.
I feel like they literally just did stuff that was convenient for the story. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
when she turned blind and was like walked into the ocean. Like, I mean, there was other people. Like Chimi was more important to him than her.
Yeah,
And that's part of what I'm saying. Like, most of this story is based on coincidences and happenstance. And when you can use that kind of thing in a story, that's fine. Like, there's a certain amount of that that's reasonable and can service the story sometimes to the better, and provide a good twist. But when everything is just on happenstance and circumstance, it's nothing matters. It all feels like everything's just gonna be Deus Ex Machina.
Right.
Like, things will go right when they go right. Everything's just going wrong now just because story.
just for the sake of it. Yeah.
It's
Well, I guess I see why nobody's singing its praises for the story, huh?
definitely not. Like,
Bro,
so the premise is interesting. I'll definitely give it that. The premise is really interesting, and honestly, if we would have gone with the first series, okay, not the first series, I guess, fucking Nobuaki's first goddamn go around,
I'm really interested to see how Chime dies.
that would be interesting. That, like, I'd want to see that before I'd want to see what's going on here. Like, I don't understand why they chose the least interesting of their stories to put forward.
Well,
Okay,
just-
at least at this point.
I will say
finished
this,
it.
like, as far as like how the two of them came out of their first game, Natsuko was like really gung ho and like, no, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna win. While Nobuaki's over here just like, we need to
I need
try
to
to
save as many
survive,
people."
guys. We need to live. She's over here like, nah, dude. There's
I
no
mean, that's
point
the-
in making buddies.
That's the two ends of human nature, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but as
very
such, it's
heavy-handed.
It would have been interesting to see how their ideals would have fully formed before we saw the Survivor versus Survivor clash.
Yeah, because honestly, if we had
Yes.
been introduced to these characters earlier on and they were given their dues, able to develop as characters, and then we saw this, it would be, honestly, I think probably one of the better animes that we've watched. But because it just ignores so many of its own like good ideas in service of just more gore and faster story and
Fucking amount of
building
gore.
off of what few good things that they had in the first premise.
Speaking about the amount of gore, holy fuck!
Yeah, okay, so that's another thing too. Like, there's a certain amount that's like it's like, okay, like I get what you're doing here. It's artistic purpose. It's to serve the story. And then there's this.
It felt
And
obsessive.
Blood Sea.
It felt obsessive in this.
There was a JoJo's amount of blood coming out of these people.
I don't know if you guys have ever watched Blood Sea, but that's another anime that I feel is literally just gore to service gore.
Okay, so
Definitely felt like King's Game was
like, it's not that bad, but it's approaching
Yeah.
territory.
I feel like it was meant to sit in like the body horror genre.
Yeah, and I guess to a point that's yeah, because I enjoy Junji Ito's stuff a lot, even though it horrifies me.
I'm gonna say this for Nobuaki's first game. Naoya did not deserve to die like that.
No, that was bullshit.
Who was that
The
again?
man's
It was
his friend.
Nobuaki's best friend. He did not deserve to die like that.
Oh yeah.
The dude was a real fucking G.
I mean,
You know,
ultimately, I kind of get the vibe that it didn't matter how much of a G or how good you were.
Okay, like, see that,
You still get fucked.
like that's interesting, and that is also a good story beat that can be made. You know, the futility and fragility of life, and it doesn't matter who you are, like anybody could go. But when you just compulsively kill off your characters like that in such a quick and rapid fashion, it's hard to get attached to them.
yeah.
It loses its value.
I mean, if you actually like look back at the Nobuaki's first King's Game storyline, and you see through all the phone orders, like it's real quick. Like it is boom, 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 done.
Yeah, no, you just see it going and going and going, and like, okay, so it looks like there was a space of time where this all happened. This could have been a good place to put the story, rather than at this junction.
But it seems like his game literally was just like a week, and that was it.
Yeah, returning from. Okay, so it would be nice to have a time frame of where all this sits.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, all we have is just passing,
At a point in the
flashbacks.
past.
Yeah, that don't specify when, don't specify how long ago, don't say like how much time has passed even really.
Has it been a year? Has it been 6 months? Was it last week? Who knows?
It seems
Yeah.
like it's just like as soon as he transfers from that school to this new one, it's just like boom, boom. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, right, but again, they don't even say how long that's been.
Yep.
Like it could be a year, 2 years, 3 years. No, nobody knows. Like, and it's when you do something like that and you leave some of the most important details of your story out, it hurts. Like I can feel the good premise and story here of the survivor versus survivor. It makes me angry the fact that they just did this instead of building up both characters, because as it stands, fuck Natsuko. She's irredeemable bitch, just out of nowhere. But if you see her descent into that, because she seemed like a genuinely okay and good person, like if you
At
see
the beginning,
her
yeah.
descent into like psychopathy, that would be that'd be interesting. I'd like to watch that. But now it's just, oh, crazy bitch.
But thinking back on that now,
It's hard
you
to
can
relate.
see why she was so like gung-ho to just get that like done, because she knew that this is already going to be fucked. So she's like, all right, this kiss is going to happen. I'm not dying because you're not going to fucking kiss me.
Well, right. No, and it's just they don't give you any point of relation for her, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it is
Give a
hard for
shit.
you to actually like care about her. Yes, extremely.
Like,
meanwhile, you're over here with Nobuaki going out to the village with the
dead number 1 and dead number 2.
Mitsuki and Kenta. And
death clock countdown ensuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mizuki and Kenta.
Mizuki and Kenta, and just
and then
the way that
Mizuki goes nuts.
Dude, that was a real.
Yeah, I was like,
plot twist
whoa,
at the center
whoa,
there, right?
whoa.
When did this bitch turn fully
Like,
Wanderer?
slow down your roll. Holy
gonna
shit.
die with me. Die with me.
It's like,
Oh my God.
yo,
Be the greatest expression of my love.
like,
It's so romantic.
Yo, baby, I'm just, I'm in high school. I'm looking to get out, chill, have a life and shit.
I ain't ready for this.
I've heard of committed relationships, but this is ridiculous.
You ain't ready for this.
All right.
And okay, that's also another thing. It seems a very odd rule or stipulation that it must be from the same phone, because the previous game, as we saw, was by fucking letters. Did they have to write on the same goddamn letter or something?
That's a good question, actually. That is actually a really good question. So you're telling me that there was no letter that said, yeah, send a letter to this dude saying die.
Yeah, no.
All right, it's going to take me 2 to 3 business days. Give me a minute.
Well, they live in a village. They could have just hopped over to the next village.
Well, even then, but it's like, okay, so where's the power coming from? Is it from that specific device?
There's a virus in the letter.
Yeah, so if it's a virus, okay, so if it was a virus in the letter, then we can safely assume that it would be a virus in the phone, right? So if the virus in the phone has already gotten to you, why does it matter which phone you're using?
True.
Because wasn't she also still getting the messages?
Yeah.
So
wait a minute.
Yeah, so if she was still getting the messages from the King's game, then why the fuck can't she just send from the same fucking phone?
Well, she never did send a message, though. That's the thing.
No, she did.
No, she did.
Because Kenta made her do it.
No, yeah, but she has to actually do it herself. She was unconscious.
Wasn't why. The reason why they said that it failed was because she broke her previous phone.
I thought she had to be conscious to do it.
No. Because remember, we're going to get into the rough territory.
Right, yeah. Natsuko.
Yeah.
Well,
Natsuko
she waited until
not,
she got the text message.
No, not Natsuko,
and then...
but if you remember what happened to fucking Nobuaki's friend and Chime when he needed, when they were going to punish him instead for not banging.
Yeah, they knocked him out and then fucked him.
Yeah, so theoretically, you don't need to be awake for that to happen. As long as it's sent, that's all that should matter by its own logic. Okay, so by the logic that it sets up, that is illogical, is what I'm saying.
Oh, but Mr. Hairstyles, he was definitely awake for it. And I just got to say this: I did not need to see the nutsack.
No, or the fucking condom.
That's why I mean I didn't need to see the condom. I didn't need to see the nut.
That shit was fucking disgusting.
Visual confirmation.
It was just like, can we not, please?
I think
I was like, thanks.
I think enough visual confirmation was them sitting on top of them.
Can I be 100% honest with you guys? As soon as she pulled out the condom and it flopped it, I was like, all right, I'm done. I shut it off. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do this.
I have a quick segue. Have you guys seen the horror movie from 2017, Don't Breathe?
Yes.
Was that the one where they broke into the house?
Yes.
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 Oh, no, I didn't.
Do you remember Old Man Seaman?
Oh my god, dude.
Which is more disgusting in this case.
I don't want to think about either.
I'll be honest. Even with that movie, I was done at that point. I was so disgusted.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh god, no, why?
We're talking the turkey baster at the end, right?
Yeah, the turkey base.
Yeah, no, I was done right there. I stopped. I was like, all right, this is fucked. I'm done.
You tuned out. You're just like, no, I'm walking out of this theater right now.
I'm so glad I did not see this movie.
Oh yeah, it doesn't really get bad until that, but
Nah, dude, go see it. They're just making a turkey dinner.
stop it. Anyways,
With his
Yeah, we had two choices.
Old
that
man
day
stuffing.
between Watching,
So-
we had a choice between watching two movies that day, and it was that other movie and Don't Breathe, and we chose Don't Breathe. Then we instantly regretted our decision
all of
afterwards.
it. Yeah.
We were like, why did we just spend an hour and a half in that movie? Why did we do this to ourselves?
So back to the
Back to the semen. I mean,
no, not that.
No, please.
Please. Yeah. So back to what I was saying.
wait. No. I do want to go back to it real quick.
No.
You wanna know why? Because Natsuko had the greatest superpower of all time. Okay, she timed that dude's nut to when
Right?
the messages
Right?
were being sent.
Ultra mega combo.
No, wait.
Anyway.
Actually,
You look at that and don't tell me she's not a god.
all she had to do was just, get with him. That's all she had to do. So all she had to do was just insert.
But
So once she got the text, she's like, all right. She lowered.
No, dude.
That's all I gotta say.
Big
No,
brained it. She was
Let's
like,
be real.
I will time the obedience confirmed text so that fool Kenta will think he finished his thing
But
instead.
Either,
I was like, what the fuck?
either
But
way,
instead, I'm finishing him.
Finish him.
Why'd you put it like that?
Please,
Why'd
can
you
we
put
not?
it like that?
Can we please get away from this?
No, because you look at that and don't tell me she's not omniscient or something. What the
No.
fuck?
Okay.
How would she have known when
I-
he would have done anything
Can I
at all?
Okay, that's another part of the fucking coincidence upon the 1.5 million coincidences that led up to this coincidence. Do you really want to
She-
pick through each fucking
no.
one of them?
I hereby dub her the goddess of nuts. Okay,
Anyways, moving back
through
from
the
this.
power of nuts, she becomes omniscient.
So yeah, it doesn't track that she shouldn't be able to send a message from any phone as long as it is in that fashion and it's able to receive those texts from the King's game.
right.
By its own logic, it fucked up.
It's anime, dog. We ain't gotta explain shit.
Well, no, okay, but even at least animes are typically internally consistent.
They follow the logic of their universe, yes. And this one is just kind of.
This one
See?
uses things in
We need
plot
someone to die.
convenience as it becomes convenient, and I don't like plot contrivances.
Holy hell.
I mean, for what it is. Like, it only works because I kind of believe King's Game doesn't take itself seriously. You know what I mean?
I can
it
see
knows
that.
what it is. It just wants to be a Gorno for the sake of being a Gorno.
Yeah, I can definitely see that because it's story to serve. Okay, it's story to service the gore instead of gore to service the story, as it
Exactly.
usually is.
At least that's what I want to believe. I want to believe it's not taking itself too seriously because even with all these rules and universe it sets up, it's like I feel like the director in charge of this was like, yeah, I'm just going to take this premise and make people explode in various different ways. That's it. That's all I want to do. He didn't care for whether the writer wanted this to be a serious story, whether he wanted the rules to be consistent. He just had a cool premise and was like, I can do something with this.
Yeah, and I mean that's totally fine. It feels like they took the lowest effort and like least passion into the project because again, like as much as I'm not enjoying it the most right now, I can definitely see the bare bones bodywork of a very good story. And it pains me when somebody fucks that up.
Hence why it's abysmal rating of 2.5 stars on Crunchy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because it really does have a good premise.
Pick 'em or what, boys?
Like
I don't know, dude. Darwin's Game was actually not bad.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I did
Darwin's
enjoy
Game was
Darwin's Game. I really did.
Yeah. So like
I thought this game would live up to its name. It's the King. King's Game.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Like,
It is
honestly,
king.
if
Apparently
you would've-
Darwin trumps any king. Who would have known?
if you would have told me the premise of, like, okay, it's an anime where they absolutely have to obey an order no matter what, otherwise they die a horrible, like, Death Note-esque death. Like, okay, that's interesting. Let's see where we can go from here. But they keep calling back
They
to
drop the
other
ball.
things instead of just being those other things.
Yep. I don't
Also,
know, though.
Rio would have been a way fucking cooler semi-antagonist than Natsuko.
Well, she would have just been a better protagonist in general,
Well,
too.
at that point, she was kind of a like anti-hero antagonist almost. You know, because she was saying, you know, I am the king, just fucking do it. Like,
I have a
Yeah.
interesting
Chaotic as
question I
hell.
want to pose now. Then,
Huh?
I have an interesting question I want to pose. Then,
What's that?
would you have wanted to follow the story still through Nobuaki's perspective or through Natsuko's perspective?
Natsuko.
Really?
He's too boring.
He is.
So you would have want to see the fucked up exploits of Natsuko instead?
So
Yes.
I don't even want to really see
Oh, wow.
that. I want to see what led her to that fucked up point.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking this question through what we currently know.
Right.
Natsuko.
Like, it would be okay to see, like, what fucked up, like, thought processes go through her mind, and how she justifies what she does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that could be interesting.
Alternatively, if they did a rehash, not a different series where they actually covered the games top from bottom, but if they did a rehash of this one just through Natsuko's perspective and trying to justify why she's so cold-hearted and manipulative, would you watch that?
As long as it used an absolute minimum of flashbacks. Every time you use a flashback, it weakens your story.
Well,
Never shonen ever. I mean, what?
Huh?
I mean, you're not wrong.
What?
I don't know. I'm just really curious how, like, you know, she's not gonna die from this whole hand finger break game that they're playing. You know, she's not going to.
Yeah, no, there's...
She's gonna. She's not gonna die from this. She's gonna manage to come out of it somehow on top.
Something's gonna fuck with the game, you know it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
someone's
stupid
gonna
fuck
give her
shit's gonna
points or
happen.
something like
Or-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our
So-
stylist boy is probably gonna end up biting the dust.
There needs to be an ultimate showdown.
I don't know. I'm
There's interesting
really curious.
characters and interesting premises. They're just mishandled, I think, just to service gore. It's a missed opportunity. Definitely.
Like, part of me is like low key done with this, but at the same time, I do want to see. I want to see the ending.
As long as
So,
Pupper
this-
fucking survives, everything is okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good thing doggos can't operate phones. Good job, doggo. You the smartest.
Choco doesn't have thumbs.
That's an interesting point I want to bring up. I didn't realize just what extent of the body horror would go to, because here's the thing, I actually have a line of body horror I don't cross, and this show crossed it at this point.
Oh, yeah?
Do you want to take a guess as to what it is, though?
What's that?
Burning.
The
No.
head
No.
twisting?
No.
Like off like a fucking doll?
The human fleshlight roll. is-
Bleeding out thing.
Shit pops off.
The what?
The blood just like.
No.
Unclear.
Josh, you want to take a guess?
I have no idea.
Oh, the suffocation.
No.
What would it be? I have no idea.
It's the finger breaking.
Really?
Because here's the thing. I've actually wrote this note in my notes here. It's like, beheadings, bisections, appendage removal, with their arms like falling off or and exploding. They're like, those are fine. But it's like the little things that I really don't like. I don't like fingers, fucking yoinked off. I don't like stabbings because it's a lot like the universal rule for guys with nut checks, right? When you see a guy getting nut checked, you feel it.
Right? Yeah.
You wince. You physically wince because you're like, oh. That's the same way I feel with like seeing people get stabbed or like watching fingers get broken off. It's like, oh.
Or like when someone like
feel that.
bends their fingernail backwards. Tell me you don't feel that.
Oh, you mean like?
No. Fingernail.
Yeah,
I said fingernail.
Well,
like
well,
when
I
the
know, but,
nail
like,
bends back.
I can
Yeah, fuck off with that shit.
do my thumb like literally
No,
an
fuck off
L.
It's
No. Go away.
the reason.
Go away.
It's. I believe it's a fucking thing that there's some kind of fucking psychological term because it's very visceral pain and very like none of your nerves die at that point. It's very loud, it's very traumatic, and it's very painful. Especially if you've experienced it before, you know exactly what it feels like, and you can imagine it too well.
Body horror is done really well and physically will pain me when it's something that you feel could happen to you. Like when you watch someone get beheaded or like completely bisected from the waist down, you don't feel anything, A, because you've never felt an experience like that, and B, because you think, that'll never happen to me. But if you watch someone's finger break off, you're like, oh, that could happen to me.
Oh yeah. No, especially because they're such like flimsy vestigial parts, yeah. And it is bad.
That leads me to an interesting segue.
Fucking
like, what drew the line for you guys here in terms of body horror? Has anything drawn the line for you?
No, I watched Bloodsea.
Well, he's watched Bloodsea. He's not faced by this. He's like, I've seen this shit before. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, like, do you remember the fucking lion? Now, that one, if you've ever seen that one got to me.
Want to bring up an image?
What?
Editor, bring up an image.
Please no.
I'd say probably for me it was like
Psycho, bring up image.
when Nobuaki's
breaks him in half.
When Nobuaki's best friend literally gets all of his limbs popped off, then he's like basically.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude, that one just hurt.
The dismemberment shit, like that's another thing. It's like what?
I just want to know like what was happening to the dude who was like doing all the research, and then it's just his fingers just like going crazy, and I'm just like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck's happening here?
Yeah,
well, that's because death by dismemberment.
Nah, he was secretly a robo man, dude.
So fingers is going crazy.
His fingers got hacked.
Death by exorcism.
So it seems to try to at least make it somewhat feasible by like showing that the body is fucking seizing and tearing itself apart at the seams, but still.
No, yeah, I've completely forgot that they tried to have a scientific explanation for it, and I completely tuned out because like if you just say space magic, voodoo magic, I'm cool
because it really is.
I don't need science.
The more you explain some supernatural force, the less intimidating it becomes, and the more fucking stupid it is.
It's the same rule I apply with horror. Horror is only good the less you understand about it, because that's what makes it horrifying. You can't comprehend it, you can't beat it, you can't understand it.
Yeah.
You can only accept it.
Eldritch horror is the most true kind of horror, I think.
Exactly, that's why Lovecraftian horror is still known as the best horror.
It is.
It
just exists.
Probably gonna change what I said. It was the one when I don't remember the dude's name. It was the first kid's name who got called, where his head just kept getting twisted, and then at the end he said, "Oh, it's back," and then starts laughing, and his head pops off, and then just squirts of blood.
Yeah. See that shit? It's just like, okay. This if they hadn't brought in the stupid fucking virus, that'd have been fine. Like if they would have said like, "Oh, it's just stupid magic power of like." Yeah, like the power of
another curse. Yeah,
it's a dumb premise. Yes.
What is it?
It's a dumb premise, given the whole curse thing.
So virus.
The virus.
Science is when you like look back and think, how the hell did this happen in the first place? Then?
Yes.
And then that's when you lose us. If you just say it's the another curse, you're like, okay, cool, I'm sold.
Yeah, it's just some kind of fucked up curse where the king can do literally whatever to you. It's fine. The second you make it a fucking phone virus is the second your story starts falling apart on me.
But still, just the stupid thing is, like, apparently, even if you win, wherever you go next, you're taking that game to another location.
Okay, that's perhaps not true though.
Well,
Because
no, because, like, apparently the father knew about the game previously, and then the
No.
daughter was put
So-
into the game, which...
okay, but the reason was because they were all from that village.
Yeah. So what I'm
Jamie
saying is that
technically
they
brought it to
brought
her
the
school,
game. Yeah.
and
now
Natsuko brought it to this school. So
Well, so it was the father who then had the offsprings of the daughter, the two daughters. They took it to their schools whenever their family separated.
because they were technically still playing it because they were still alive.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they brought it to that school. Yeah, they never technically
Yeah.
won the game. It was just
Well,
you survive long enough.
true, they're the last survivors, but yeah,
I don't know.
wonder-
My theory on all this is like, yes, they each went to their own schools, each of the daughters. Then they play out the game. Then everybody in that class gets like infected. Whoever
Yeah,
wins
that's, I
that,
think.
whoever wins that carries the infection to the next school, and they'll infect them. And they just happen to be in the same school.
or to the next game location or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
I honestly think it is just from Natsuko because I mean they're both from that village.
I don't know. I for some reason just have a feeling it's like just an infection. Like it was passed from that like to that class, and then he won. He moved over there
Now I
with her.
am going to say, if by the end of this anime, when we finish watching it, we do actually see who the king is and they explain it all, the anime will have lost all potential for me.
King was an
you mean it's not already
misunderstood,
there?
tortured and bullied kid from school. He wanted vengeance on all those who would mock him.
Oh yeah, if it's like, I don't even care if it's like, I don't want to know who it is, and I don't think it should be a person really, even. And I hope it's not, because like, if it really is just some motherfucker up in a tower somewhere, like, it's dumb. Who cares? Like, right?
In the Tower of God.
Like you said, the more you explain something, the less effective it is. And if it's just, some guy, which now that I've seen that virus thing, I fear that it might be.
Might just be a virus.
No,
Ugh.
not just a virus, but that it's like controlled by some motherfucker. And that they're going to quote unquote stop him or some shit.
I'll show those bullies at school what's what.
Oh, I see you activated my trap card by trying to hack my virus.
Well, guess what? It's not mission complete.
She
I think you'll
seriously
find this
does get a super
mission
raw fucking deal.
Incomplete.
Oh my god, stop.
Real quick, can we talk about how dumb of a rule no crying is?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So, not only that, but to not properly define what it is and just say, don't do anything unnecessary. Like,
Unnecessary.
like, okay, unnecessary could mean literally almost fucking anything under different circumstances.
Dude,
Yeah,
having-
and that's the whole point. It's
having a
literally
wank
just
in
to
the
get.
middle of the King's
Oh
Game.
my god.
You did something unnecessary.
Is it possible to like force yourself to like not like? I don't know if they're
I mean,
going
you
off
can
like
kind
the
of bite
tier.
it back, but
If they were doing like the tier aspect, or like literally just like the wailing,
full-on ugly crying.
because like the tears, I don't think you could stop. Like, I feel like that's like an uncontrollable
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, depends
I mean,
on
to
your
a
definition.
point.
Well,
Yawning
apparently,
tears.
just hit your head against a pole. You'll be totally fine. You won't have to cry after that.
this,
That's what he did.
Yawning. You ever had yawning tears?
Yes.
Yeah, I got him right. Oh,
Like, I cook onions like literally every day. The fuck am I gonna do? Disobedience.
Fuck.
yeah, no, like, when you don't properly define the rules of what's going on and leave everything up to contrivance, you lose my suspension of disbelief.
Needs to be some Needs to be some actual obstacles, actual good rules in here.
Yeah, things need to make sense for me to be properly invested.
My question is, this whole game that's about to be going on within the episode, like the whole finger break game, was that actually a king's order? Was that someone like that she got to make the game through like one of like someone got a command that
No, that was
a king's order.
Yeah, that was a straight up
That's
king's
such
order.
Everybody.
That's such a strange like. So like exactly what we were talking about, like how there's the don't do anything unnecessary, but meanwhile over here like so break a finger on your right hand and you can give a point, but break a finger on your left hand and you can take away a point.
Oh, Sasha, I remember the joke I wanted to make here.
Like, dude, like, why is that one so exact on
Not
what
only that,
you can
the
do?
rules are super fucking Byzantine.
Sasha, I remember the joke I wanted to make about this game.
Oh, yeah.
Not the UVs. Not the UVs.
Not the UV.
Corona,
UV.
don't come for us. Yeah, fucking Corona.
Shuba.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Why is Subaru just laughing in the background?
So, I don't know. That's my only gripe about that.
Nothing upsets me
It just
more
sounds like
than
they're based on some pretty dumb child games. Yeah, I thought they was based off like Chopsticks or something. You ever played that?
I mean, it could theoretically be, and
Yeah.
honestly, like these could be
Yeah.
fucked up variations of such from Japan because I mean we just don't know. But it's such a there's interesting ideas
that way
here.
where you got the pinky promise. You break your promise, off comes the pinky.
I mean that sounds probably about right. I just wish that they had cared more about what they were doing.
Yeah. But it's okay.
The animation's nice at least.
I feel like the web novel would be a lot more interesting to read, to be honest.
Oh, did you read through it?
I have not. I don't even know if there's a translated version. I might be interested in looking it up later.
Like, oh, okay, honestly,
I want to read the prequels.
The previous ones seem mildly interesting.
And yeah, like you're saying, the animation's nice and everything. Just the story just not there for it, really.
Just who decided on fucking off with the story?
Yeah.
Needs better director.
I mean, in the words of our Lord and Savior John Carmack, story in certain things is like story in a porno. It's expected to be there, but it's not the most important, at least for them.
Hey, I like watching that for the plot.
Hey, I get off to the scenario. Okay? That's
This
hard
isn't a beach.
Like-
This is a bathtub.
Like-
Bathtub.
Did he fix her plumbing or what?
God damn it.
No,
No,
because
plumbing never got fixed.
because hers is a 2 and he thought she wanted a 2.5.
But
This isn't
yeah,
the pipe
I mean,
cleaning I was looking to watch.
They basically just wanted this all to serve.
Ma'am,
the
I do
goal.
my own plumbing. That was such a good meme. Maybe I could fix your pipe.
This isn't a
Ma'am, I
beach,
do my
this
own
is a
plumbing.
bathtub.
No, did you ever see that
No.
one parody meme where it was like they were doing the plumber routine, and she was constantly trying to hit on him, but the dude was just like, "Yeah, no, your pipes look good.
Yes.
You want me to clean your pipes? It's going to cost you extra." Like, oh, I could find another form of payment. Oh, you mean by check? Yeah, check's fine. Such a good one.
That's awesome.
There's so many
Such
of
a
them that's
good
so
skit.
good.
Ma'am, I do my own plumbing.
Kind of goes with the meme where men are oblivious to everything.
Fucking hilarious.
All right. So, anyways, back to anime.
I mean, we're rocking at about an hour right now.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
I wanted to conclude my thoughts with a
yes,
little bit of
please.
things. It is, I can see why I enjoyed this a lot as a kid, but I genuinely kind of wanted this one to be good. You want to know why? Because I forgot to reveal the fact that in our last episode discussion, Nobuaki's voiced by none other than your boy, Mamoru Miyano.
I like him more in a calming role.
I also want to know, how the hell did they afford him in this? What the fuck?
That would be a good question, though.
Like, what?
That do be a good question.
I didn't know. Because the whole time I was like, man, this guy's screaming sounds awfully familiar. Looks up the cast. Holy shit. Okabe, how did you get isekai into this world? Not more suffering, man. Not again. So, damn. For this one to just be a complete flop, I'm like, damn, you did my boy Miyano dirty.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a complete and total fuck up of a story, which...
Because you can tell he's like
fine.
acting his heart out here in this one.
Yeah. Like, there's the bare bones of something good. And that's at least... That's more than I can say for other stuff that has come through.
I honestly thought if they didn't have Miyano's voice talents for Nobuaki, it actually would just be a complete, like, 1 star.
Oof.
Yeah,
Miyano completely sells it for me for Nobuaki. Everyone else is just kind of there.
I mean, that's
like, you know,
that's
like,
pretty fair.
Like, say what Natsuko does, but the way she talks, it doesn't completely sell me the idea that she's literally doing her best to do whatever it takes to win. She just sounds like, yeah, I'm here, so I'm doing shit. Why not? I don't want to die.
Just doing hot girl shit.
Miyano, like, save my friends! Ah! And here, bitch, like, yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Right?
Yeah.
Feel like I gotta cleanse myself and do another rewatch of Steins Gate afterwards. This is what a good anime looks like. This is what happens if you use Miyano to his fullest.
I am a mad scientist.
It's so cool, son of a bitch.
All right. So, Josh, what's that Reddit thing we got going on over there that needs to be updated?
Reddit, r/Caffeinated Weebs. You can go there if you want.
He's so checked out,
dude. I'm sorry.
Okay, buddy.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Caffeinated.
You fucking call me out and shit.
You okay there, man?
No,
Fuck.
he needs a good relax.
I think you lost it when we started talking about the plumbing.
That's when he really checked
Josh
out.
was just like, where are we going with this? I don't need to be here.
Oh god.
Our Caffeinated Weebs, where you can see previous episodes that we've posted on YouTube. We post them there usually. Leave comments, give us feedback, start a discussion.
Memes.
Give us
Post memes.
yes, post memes. Give us
Don't post broken fingers though. I will kill you.
recommendations this week.
In game.
Get extra bonus. I will upload any post that has to do with broken fingers.
Fuck you.
What link can they find there where they can, kind of join some other discussions we have? Like maybe something that starts with a D?
Did you post the Discord there?
Is it not in there?
Well, I thought we weren't going to post that because of last week.
No. Oh yeah, my favorite site to go
Oh,
on,
shit,
displates.com,
you're
right?
God,
You right?
Last week
we're not
was
sponsored.
horrible.
Can't do that.
No, it's
No, it's fine. We just gotta fix things, remember? Make it to where, people have to be allowed in type of thing. Remember? Yeah.
We have a Discord.
We do have a Discord, but
Control
it's not on Reddit yet.
Nope.
And Psycho, what's our Twitch?
Oh. If you'd like to watch us giggling our asses off live in front of a live recording studio audience, watch us at twitch.tv/Caffeinated Weebs Podcast, where we always have Sean breaking his thumb for some reason.
That bitch an L.
I can do that too, but I
Yeah,
don't
you're taking
have,
L's.
Actually, I do have a cam now.
Really? Show it.
No.
Dan, what is our Twitter?
At Weebs Podcast.
Sasha, what's the YouTube?
You can find us on YouTube at Caffeinated Weebs.
Oh my god, we did it.
Get cleaner, hopefully not as scuffed versions of our live podcast with some nice editing thrown in every once in a while.
Hell yeah.
When Psycho does it.
Sean, stop being lazy. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
Show the line,
I don't know.
rip him in half.
believe in you, Sean. For the power of our friendship.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, I have no idea how you have it to where the animation for the whole, like, coffee thing going, how it actually works well with the still image. Like, I literally yoinked it from one of the other episodes. And was just like, alright, well, cut off here when it's done. And, alright, there's pictures. Oh, now it's not.
Here's a peanut butter jelly time, man.
Anyways, if you'd like to listen to us through, normal podcast platform, you can listen to us on Breaker, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. You can find us in other locations as well, just typically anywhere you listen to your normal podcasts. And if you ever go through Anchor, you can actually leave us messages.
We're still on one of
So
those.
yet to have that. We are listening. We are waiting for that. I really want to see how it works.
Indeed.
You okay, Psycho? You kind of look frozen.
He looked
there.
checked out.
Oh,
So he is.
I was wondering
Did he-
why is he giving that blank fucking stare?
Bye, Psycho. All right, well, I guess that's a good place to leave it off as Eddie.
Holy shit! He's just like
He looks so
he
done.
so pissed. After I said that whole thing, he looks so pissed. Just like, really?
Really, neighbor.
No, now's the perfect time to interview him.
Oh,
Oh!
Now we gone.
Damn.
All right, well.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Back shortly with some Days to Die gameplay.